GoRollick is an online marketplace that connects consumers to a hand-selected network of certified dealers like Fun Bike Center Motorsports to deliver the most transparent buying experience for ATVs, side-by-sides, golf carts, RVs, personal watercraft, and boats. Today we're testing the 2020 Honda Rancher 420 4x4. I want to thank our friends at Fun Bike Center Motorsports in Lakeland, Florida. So this is the olive green 2020 model. You can see here, we walk through a little bit different. So I love how Honda just did the racks. The racks now will accommodate their new ProLock system. Steel racks. They've also mounted to a little larger front bumper. The bumper looks similar to what the Rubicon looks like right now. What they did, it added a 1.9 liter of storage in the front. So you can see here, storage is here. Dry storage, it went through some water and some mud. Everything's perfectly dry. Honda relocated the fuel tank from the center here over to the right side. Easy to get to. 3.9 gallons of gas can be held in here. There's a 1.3 gallon reserve tank. Honda did the front suspension similar to most all the other Ranchers. This foot shift model has the dual with double wishbone suspension with the shocks. They did equip it with a 12-inch steel wheels. The tires are 24 by 8-12s. These are the Maxxis 977s up front. In the rear, Honda put on the 24 by 10-11s, mounted to the black steel wheels that match the overall green and black or olive green and black paint scheme. So the rear suspension has a swing arm, a solid rear axle, single shock, and it has 6.7 inches of travel. You can see the direct from the longitudinally mounted engine, the drive shaft that goes right back. So there's no belts on this bike whatsoever. There is the towing. So there's a factory trailer hitch. It tows 850 pounds with a tongue weight of 30 pounds. All you need to do is put a 1 7/8 or a 2-inch trailer ball on the back. The braking system up front has twin discs. In the back here, there's a single sealed drum with adjustments right here on the solid rear axle. What I like about this is when you're towing a trailer, all the weight goes to the solid rear axle versus the rear suspension. So when you put a trailer on here, you can see the rear axle. It actually makes it more secure. You don't have that body sag with the suspension, so it's much better. And again, I like the racks. You can see how the racks are set up. I'm able to put all the new ProLock systems. You want to put a cargo rack or any additional Honda accessories. They're easy to mount. In the back here, we do have a little bit of a storage right here behind the taillight. Taking the seat off, pretty easy for Honda. Seat was very comfortable riding on. Got a pretty dirty ride today. Air cleaner box. You can also take this off and have you can access the fuse box and the battery right behind this compartment. On the handlebars, Honda did change, the last few years, change the reverse switch. So in order to put it in reverse, you actually hop on the bike, have it in neutral. So it's in neutral. You have to pull the red lever black, push down the foot shifter, and it shifts in reverse. Hearing it start up, again, the handlebars are very easily, comfortably set. You can see you have the kill switch on off, you have the headlights on and off, and the brights. Hearing the sound of the motor, the 420 cc, 26 horsepower. Single overhead cam, liquid cooled. So Honda made the digital instrument cluster very simple with the one toggle switch. You can see the odometer, the trip meter, hot and cold engine temperature, hour meter, neutral switch, miles per hour, and there's also a maintenance light, so a maintenance wrench. So that pops open, you know that the vehicle needs service. Take it into your dealership. It also gives you the gear position. So if I'm in neutral right now, if I shift into first, there's a gear position that are right here. It's also the green neutral light is here as well as the reverse light. The four-wheel drive shift lever, which I was talking about on the ride, I'm used to having a push button on one of the handlebars for the four-wheel drive shifter. This actually had this really easy lever to push forward and backward. You can shift it on the fly. So it's simple, very comfortably located, so I had no problem with this change. So it's very easy to use. Okay, the seat height is around 33.7 inches, so it's easy to get it on and off the bike. Very simply, I'm about almost 6 feet tall. Hop over. This is a good bike for a entry-level rider. You know, easy to maneuver. It's around 47 inches wide, about 84 inches long. So getting through the narrow trails was very easy today. So hop off. Talk about the floorboards, the way they have integrated. There's a nice comfortable area. So I was going through the whoops. My shoes definitely grip very well throughout the whoops. Yeah, this is the foot shift model. So the foot shift model requires you to shift 5 gears up as you're accelerating. No hand clutch, just the foot shifter. Easy to get to the oil, to change oil or maintain the thing. Just pop this off and access the engine for the oil. With the floorboards, you can see there's plenty of room for your feet. There's plenty of room to shift the gears up and down. Again, 5 speeds come up, 1 speed goes down to hit in reverse. So there's 1 speed, hit the button down to shift it in reverse. It's interesting, they forgot to put Honda left a spot here, but there's no space for the power outlet. So I wish Honda would have had a power outlet here. Looks like you can see it has a space for it, but they never put one in. You can put one in on your own aftermarket. I think Honda should have included that as part of people always carrying their electronic devices with them. The racks are, for the 2020, a little bit wider, and they have this new configuration for the new Honda Pro Lock system to lock down any other gear or Honda accessories that they carry. So what I like how Honda mounted the engine is you're able to get the front and rear drive shafts very low on the center of gravity. So when able to make tight turns, I don't feel like I'm twisting or turning. The engine's mounted longitudinally lower in the center of the bike, where you have the 2 drive shafts front and rear connecting. The ground clearance for the foot shift model is 7.2 inches, where the AT model, independent rear suspension model, has 9.2 inches of travel. So the 2-inch difference from the foot shift model to the AT model. The overall weight of the Rancher is 615 pounds, so it's light and easy to maneuver for any size person. From a dead stop, the bike is very quiet, very comfortable. First gear is kind of a granny gear. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Fifth gear's got to be over 30 miles an hour. So other than that, you can kind of feel the engine kind of wind. Brake-wise, we got 2 disc brakes up front, and we got a single drum in the back because it's all rear axle. It's a sealed drum. Honda's been using that technology for quite a few years in the back from the 80s and 90s. Again, using the gears, downshift, upshift. I haven't hardly used a brake at all on the foot shift model versus the automatic transmission. With the width at 47 inches wide, about 84 inches long. Bike is really good in the tight corners, getting in tight spots. Acceleration, nice direct power, plenty of power to 420 for what you need. This is great for a beginner rider, and it's easy to maneuver. It's so light with 615 pounds. Easy to turn in the corners. Let's try to go down a little narrow trail here. Let's see. Hard to get through this. Nope. Okay, so the front suspension is a dual wishbone setup. Back is a swing arm with a Unishock. Tires are Maxxis ATs, mounted on a 12-inch steel wheel, painted black to match all the racks. Honda updated the racks on this year model. You got a new front storage area and the compartments. You can actually make attachments from the Honda Pro Lock system. Honda put a nice little storage section over here in the front where you can put your water bottles or any leg gear like a cell phone. It's all dry storage. To put it in 4-wheel drive, start off, shift this lever on the fly, put it in gear, 4-wheel drive lever goes on, pulls you right out. Probably not tap power steering when you're engaged in 4-wheel drive. Unlock it, shift it back. There's a lot of whoops here in the soft sands, so we'll see how it does. 30 miles an hour. Definitely would like to have independent suspension on this type of terrain, but for utility 4-wheeler, this actually is performing pretty well. This is a great entry-level ATV. For the MSRP, get into this and hang out in the woods by yourself, with friends, social distancing. It's beautiful out here. Gotta test out the top speed. 4th gear, 5th gear. So we can get it up to 47, 48, 9, 50. 50 miles per hour. Let's try it again. Try to get over, see if I get over 50. 46, 7, 51. I got the 51. Top speed of 51 miles per hour with a Honda 420 Rancher 4x4. Foot shift model. Honda did a nice job making it ergonomically comfortable. There's plenty of room for my knees, plenty of room for my legs and arms. Very comfortable ride. After spending a full weekend riding the Honda Rancher 420 4x4 foot shift, it's a perfect bike for that beginner rider. For someone who wants to get outside and just go out on the weekends and enjoy themselves, this thing is consistently dependable. Honda's done a nice job every few years improving this bike. It just keeps getting better and better. It's a very good price point, simple, easy to ride, it's fun to ride. So I recommend this bike to anybody looking to buy an ATV or side-by-side.